were saying earlier on that Tristan's sort of standard game plan is retreat to the back line, park tank. But we do know he's got a really good, really well-timed step lunge. Ruslan KURBANOV earlier on we saw fencing quite similar to fencing from many moons ago now. Pavel Kolobkov, one of my heroes from when I was a nipper. And it was quite unusual. I hadn't really sort of twigged to that until I saw him. I was, oh yeah,
something about this looked familiar.
Yeah.
So their head-to-head record in direct elimination fights is 2-0.
Who to?
To KURBANOV.
Ah, right, okay.
Couple of pool fights as well, which they won one each.
Okay. I can already see that sort of the difference in the sort of defensive movements in this one compared to the last semi-final. We had the sort of the unorthodox, the stuttering steps, Mel Said, even when they were dropping position at this point, and the smoothness of Dibroli. And here it's much more like, EPEE as you would expect it.
So their past matchups, May last year at the Bogota Grand Prix, KURBANOV won 15-10, and then back in 2023 in Cali, KURBANOV again with a 15-12 win there.
Okay. So no, it's not too far away for Tristan. So the ref has called a halt twice now. Everyone's struggled. Very nice. You're just waiting there for Tristan's arm to be slightly back and his foot to go before the broken time wasn't on because the distance from the flesh was on. So Ruslan just triggers and goes. Very nice. Not going to work that second time though.
Yeah.
I think Tristan was onto that.
Yeah, it did look like an attempt from TULEN to draw the same action again.
Yeah.
Let me show you this one more time.
Scores 1-1, neither one of them is really willing at this point to really push for it.
Yeah, that kind of exchange of hits with KURBANOV timing the flesh perfectly and then being provoked into trying it again and TULEN leveling.
Yeah. Ooh, I think Tristan might got a bit of a let off there.
On the line. Right, so we go to the P-Reds. Scores advance for one on both sides. So you can be pretty sure that it's not going to happen, but as we said, if we have another period or 1 minute where there is no hit scored, KURBANOV as the higher ranked fencer would win the fight. But, the whole pace of this fight is going to pick up pretty sharply now.
KURBANOV scoring with a really nice feet low finish high. already seen the pace and the hits picking up. So, yeah. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, Kurbanov didn't think he'd been hit, didn't feel it perhaps. Testing the piece there to make sure there's no dud spots where the hit will register when there's only contact with the ground.
I mean, it's different for us because we're seeing it from the outside, but I was fairly certain he'd been hit. I mean, Tristan definitely got hold of the blade, and then he did the sort of large bind and was the flick down onto the leg. So I was pretty sure he hit somewhere down there.
I mean, there are plenty of ones where you get hit on the sort of very edge of your or your shoe, for example,
yeah,
or it
exactly.
grazes your calf or something. You don't really feel it, but it's enough to get the light on. I'd be surprised if they had a fault in their lovely looking finals piece.
Yes.
Wir haben auch bei diesem Turnier dieses Jahr einen Fechter gehabt, der deutlich
There is
über
applying some
diese
cooling water to the face.
Abschaltergrenze drüber raus ist. Denn mit
One thing our fencing
55
mats are not good
war
is
der
for
Slowene
ventilation.
dieses Jahr ältester Fechter des Turniers und belegte
Yeah, it is sweaty work, and
Platz.
you do need to use that 1 minute break to towel yourself down, take on more liquids, whether it's water or electrolytes or combination.
And some of these fencers, when they come off, are wringing wet. You know, they've sweated that much. It's another technical issue. I think the clock isn't advancing. I think that's what the halt was for. I'll have to double check.
Alright, so it's not that receptive to the remote control that's attached to it. That's kind of a bit annoying and slightly distracting at this point in the fight. But,
Yes.
if it gets down to late in the fight and suddenly every second is really important, having somebody to repeatedly stab the start button on the remote control before the clock responds is really not what you need.
I mean, we had, like, you know, I remember I was at the British Championships with one of my fencers, and we had a referee who basically refereed him out of the match because he called halt too soon, and it was that moment where you could see the hit being delivered, and the referee calls halt, stops the box, so the hit doesn't actually land.
Yeah.
And then it turns out there's only like a fraction of a second left, and there's literally no chance it's happening. You know. Thankfully, it doesn't happen too often. So we've got KURBANOV there developing a 2-hit lead.
Just doing some work on his blade to straighten it out again.
I think he's starting to look a bit more relaxed as well now. His body movement to me feels like that offensive. He's more relaxed, more comfortable with where he is. I can't tell Tristan, to be honest, but just learning that one from Guberoli. Stuttering forward, I'm going to hit you. I'm going to flunge forward.
Nicely picked off.
Yeah.
Just catch him into the hand as he starts his attack. stretching that lead out with the last minute or so.
And we're in a situation there where I think that 4-point lead does feel like it's getting more and more difficult to claw back. I mean, we've already seen it a couple of times today, but so far I've not really seen anything from TULEN that's going to enable that to happen. If you can just pull KURBANOV forward on a big prep maybe, so that you can then do one of his lunges that he doesn't do. We think he doesn't do as often as maybe he could.
It is something we'd like to see more of. Yeah, he might have to look to deploy that more and find a way of setting that up.
Yeah. Certainly this close combat stuff isn't working.
KURBANOV now happy to go on the defensive, be patient. He's not being pressed too hard, so he's not hanging on his back line. And yeah, the pressure's all on TULEN to make something happen here.
Yeah, I mean, time's his ally for KURBANOV. You can imagine that inside TULEN's head, he's starting to feel a little bit more sort of stressed about the situation.
Yeah, it's a fight that in the space of a couple of minutes has well and truly got away from him.
I mean, you're in a situation that's a large hole, time's against you, and the only real way to sort of come back from this is to have some sort of spark of genius maybe, but like on top of that you have to have that self-belief. You have the cliche is one hit at a time, isn't it? But it's absolutely true. You have to assess it. No, one hit now. Let's do another one.
I mean, I think what he's going for here is he's perhaps just looking to get to the break now, to clear his head, talk to his coach, see if he can come up with a plan to try and claw back this deficit. Because the press has lost most of its urgency a little bit. Yeah, a little flurry here. And we go to the second break with KURBANOV in control of things, and
TULEN was definitely looking to sort of probe and see if there was an option there, but too late for anything to happen. There wasn't enough time really to develop that.
So let's see what the two of them can come up with to try and.
What would you say, Sean, in this situation?
Well, I think he's probably going to have to. So, like I say, KURBANOV's looking comfortable in his end of the piece. His timing at the moment to make the sort of tackle preparation on TULEN step forward is looking great. So really, TULEN, I think, is going to have to gamble bigger, get even closer to try and provoke that, and look to put the blade up even later.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
So
with that.
gamble big for the win, because it's hard to see him even over the course of a full 3 minutes, kind of steadily clawing back. This kind of six hit gap that it needs to become just a little bit more frantic to give TULEN a chance.
Yeah. And as I said, I still think that one of his best options here is to deploy that step lunge. That we know that he's got it. But he has to have the belief, the self-belief, to understand that he can
The
do
other
it.
thing is the times when he uses that most effectively is when he's been able to draw his opponent forward, and that's going to be difficult to do. So he can do that by gambling and getting a little closer like that. So
exactly.
There's risk, and overall the chances of it working are not high. It's not in your favour. You're a long way down, but you have got to try something.
Yeah, we see that quite often. I've seen quite a few fights where the fencer doesn't try that, and I always question my mind, like, as a fencer you have to try and do something. Something must change. There's no point just going down to just refuse to change your plan. You've got to be adaptable.
So this to me doesn't feel like enough from TULEN to change the way the fight's going at the moment.
And again, Kurbanov's going to be just playing this nice percentages that I flesh out as a percentage one. My worst option here is I'm going to get a double, and that's absolutely okay. Yeah, he is trying to work him closer, isn't he? He's trying to find some sort of way to get in and control Kurbanov's blade, probably.
Yeah, Kurbanov's not having it. I mean, I still think it needs more urgency, or needed more urgency from TULEN.
Yeah.
More or less from the start of this period.
But it's really beautiful. I love those flashes where it just feels like it comes from nowhere.
Yeah, it's a surprise for everyone, including us watching.
Yeah.
and equally for Tristan TULEN on this occasion.
Oh, very nice. I wasn't sure whether he got there or not.
Just enough, to get the light up. There was another. Kurbanov just a little bit of a rush to finish the fight there.
Yeah, Ruslan maybe thinking, oh, I must finish it now. And that's it there.
So a well-earned win by
Yes.
Ruslan Kurbanov to advance to the final. A fight he really seized control of in the middle of the second period, and
It's a fine example of game management there. You know, get your nose in front and then just control it. Make sure the environments are all in your favor, all the variables are in your favour. It was good demonstration of how you can do that.
two good semi-finals. Neither of them